I know this has pretty much happened with every white belt that's ever trained. I know it happened with me a bunch. But we got a question from Brian, who is a 4-stripe white belt. Right now, he's training like 5 to 6 days a week. He says he has issues. Don't we all? Especially when you first start training, you get just so eaten up with the stuff that you can't stop thinking about it all the time. And he says that when he rolls with like brown belts and black belts, higher level belts, he says that he tends to second guess everything that he does. And so it's causing him to like not be able to pull the trigger on anything or even try stuff because he's constantly reacting. He's not able to do the drills and the stuff that the coaches taught. And so he's wondering if I have any advice on how to turn his brain off so that he can just go for it. And so, Brian, thanks for the question, bro. And yeah, man, I experienced the same thing. So check this out. Here's what's going on. You're rolling with someone, and deep down, you both know deep down that like that brown or black belt, they can submit you anytime they want to. They can end the roll at any moment. You know, I used to tell the guys this. I'm like, I can stop this round. Like, I can roll with a white belt, and I can submit you every 30 seconds on the second if I want to. But the problem is two things. One, it's not fun for you as a white belt. Probably not going to stick around. And I don't think you learn too much in those situations all the time. I mean, every now and then it's good to have that pressure. But if it's like every time you roll, I don't think that's super helpful. Likewise, for me, at least for me as a black belt, I can't speak for every black belt, but for me, I don't really like doing it. It's not fun for me. If I put a smash game, if I put my like A game on a white belt, unless they're like some physical anomaly, maybe they wrestled before, now they're a white belt, or maybe they're just some physical specimen, like 99.9% of the white belts that come through, it's not fun for me either. So therefore, I play down. Now, when I'm playing down with them, deep down, we both know that at any point I can stop this whole thing. And so a lot of times what that does is with the white belt, they're like at least this was me. I don't know if this is you. I was always worried like I was going to go like walk right into a trap, right? Like I felt like I was making progress and I was like, I'm going to go for this pass. And then, I was constantly in the back of my mind worried that like maybe they're getting ready to set me up for something, right? And I feel like that's a lot of times what comes up. So how do you get the brain to turn off from that to just going for stuff? Two things are going to happen. One, Brian, is as you train more and more, you will get more confidence in your moves. That just happens by nature of being on the mats more, attempting things more. You will become more confident. That's what's going to happen. Here's the second thing. The second thing, and probably the most important part about turning this brain off, or turning your brain off with this issue. It doesn't matter if you win or lose because they can stop it at any point. So therefore, you should just be having fun with it. If you roll with a black belt, just go after them and try stuff. Again, there are going to be moments where you are going to walk right into a trap and you're going to get submitted. So what? They did what they were supposed to. They're higher level than you. They're more experienced than you. They're going to bring weaknesses that you have to the forefront and you got caught because you were leaving your hand back and you got triangled. Happens all the time, right? Not a bad thing because then again, you can learn from those experiences. But at the same time, you have nothing to lose. And so therefore, you should be able to just go after it and have fun with it. And so that's the big thing. When you're rolling with a black belt as a white belt, this is not competitive, right? Aside from crazy anomalies, the very small percentage, most of us that came in as white belts, we're not even remotely competitive with our black belts and brown belts that are in our gym. So therefore, you shouldn't consider it that way. You should be going after it's like, all right, let's just see what happens, right? And just get into it. And that's a beautiful mindset because that mindset, it was actually useful to me as a white belt when I would compete every now and then at these tournaments where they would smash blue belts and purple belts into like these brackets, and every now and then I would win as a white belt against higher belts like blue belts and purple belts, primarily because I didn't care about winning and losing because I knew I was supposed to lose anyway, so it didn't matter, right? And it's a freeing thing when you can kind of get past this. Your decisions matter, of course, but in that moment, like they can stop at any point. They can destroy you whenever they want to. So therefore, the decisions you make aren't as important as you make them out to be. They're not as nearly as important as they would be if you're rolling with someone of the same skill level. I hope that makes sense. And so that would be my answer to you, bro. First off, just keep training. You'll get more confident with your moves. And two, you have nothing to lose. So just have fun with it and just go after stuff and be okay with getting submitted left and right by your black belt and brown belt training partners because that's what's going to happen and that's what's supposed to happen. So brother, hope you're doing well. Guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll talk to you next time.